We now know 1,000 ways not to build a light bulb. Mr. Toastmaster, fellow Toastmasters, and most welcome guests. Those are the words of Thomas Edison, who in 1879 invented this light bulb that you see before you today. Over 100 years ago. That light bulb and the technology in it has barely changed. The light bulb that Thomas Edison invented involves a thin strand of wire suspended in an atmosphere of nitrogen. Electricity passes through this wire, the wire heats up, the wire glows brightly, gives off heat and light. 1879. That technology has not changed. That technology, ladies and gentlemen, is very, very far from perfect. Most of the energy given off by this light is given off as heat, not light. It's light you want, but it's heat you get, as much heat as you get light. And in about 1,000 hours, you'll need to go and buy another one of those. But there is an answer. The answer is a compact fluorescent bulb, such as this one here. You may have seen these before. You may even have gone out and bought some in the past. You may, like me, have not been impressed by them. I'd like to tell you this evening why it's time for you to go back and look at these things again. Why it's time for you to throw out all of these bulbs and replace them by these bulbs. These bulbs use about a quarter as much electricity as the old Edison-style 100-year-old bulbs. If your electricity bill is, say, $160 for every 2 months in your house right now, I'm telling you here tonight that about 10% of that bill is probably being spent on lighting your house. So that's, do the maths, that's $16 of your electricity bill on lighting. If you replace all of these bulbs in your house by these, that $16 will be reduced to $4. Not by $4, but to $4. $4 for every 2 months to light your entire house. That's a saving of $72 over a year. $72 we could all do with $72 in our pocket, couldn't we? Now, the situation is not perfect. It's not ideal. There are drawbacks. These bulbs are not cheap. I remember the first one of these I bought, it cost me about $20. They're a lot cheaper now. It's not the same as these, but they're a lot cheaper now. These you can buy these in the dollar store. You'll probably spend about 50 cents on a bulb. These bulbs nowadays, they're probably going to set you back about $2.50. It's still quite a difference. But remember that this bulb uses a fraction of the electricity. And this bulb has another trick up its sleeve. This bulb you will need to replace in 1,000 hours. This bulb will last you 5 to 10,000 hours. If you think about it, when you look at the difference in the lifespan of the bulbs compared to the difference in the cost of the bulbs, the overall cost balances. You'll be paying a lot more money up front with this bulb, but this bulb will have you climbing up your step ladder, changing the bulbs every 6 to 12 months for 5 years. If you use this bulb, you can put the step ladder away. It's terrific. Okay, so everything balances. Why should I bother? Well, remember the electricity saving. Remember, you're going to use a lot less electricity with this bulb. The cost savings on the cost of the bulbs, they balance. So that electricity saving, that $72 a year, is pure profit in your pocket. Fantastic. I remember I mentioned the first of these bulbs that I bought. I think that was probably about 15 years ago. I heard a lot of good information and stories about them. I ran off down my home hardware store and I bought one, brought it home, and I plugged it in. I was very, very disappointed. I turned it on and it flickered. And then it slowly came to life with this horrible, pale, pathetic pink light. And it slowly warmed up. It was about 5 minutes before I could see where anything was in the room. It was horrible. But you see with this now, It's instant. It's as quick to light up as the old style bulb. Fantastic. No flickering, no warm up. It's a good, solid colour. I must stop looking at it actually because it makes my eyes cold. This bulb, you can go $2.50. We'll buy you one at Home Depot this afternoon. And you can go home and you can change all the bulbs in your house.